Hey guys, welcome back. This is Chris with Marksman Shooting Sports in Westfield, Indiana, and you are watching Marksman TV. Today we're out here at the range again, and we will be taking a look at the PTR-91 and the Century C308 Sporter rifle. Now, we did do a tabletop review on these two rifles. You can go check that out. I will leave a link. Today we're just going to be having some fun, shooting some groups. I have a steel plate downrange we'll be taking some shots at. Again, this is just for fun. I'm not a professional or an expert shooter. If you're just coming here to just kind of see how they function and get a little bit of a difference of idea in grouping, especially with just target ammunition, I'm not using match ammo, that could give you a good idea. Stick around, that's coming up now. Alright guys, I'm going to start off with PMC. It's just target ammo, 147 grain. I'm going to put 5 rounds through each rifle at a couple targets downrange just to check groupings. Now again, this is just a cold test. I've never actually fired the PTR-91 before ever. The Century C308, I actually did buy this. This is my rifle because of those really good prices. I brought this out here last week when I did my last video and just put 2 magazines through it just to make sure it was running okay. But other than that, I've never actually sat down and tried to work with this. So this is all kind of just brand new for me. First shots ever, 5-round groups on a target at about 75 to 100 yards. Seems pretty far down there with irons, but let's see what we can do. Okay, I have no idea where or how I'm doing, so before I walk down there, I'm going to grab the PTR and do another 5. I'll tell you right away, this feels a lot more comfortable and the sight picture's a lot better, but let's see. Alright guys, I'm going to talk about this real quick. So these are the 2 targets. This one here I was aiming at with the C308, and this one here with the PTR-91. Now, I didn't see where these were hitting as of right now. We'll see when I look at the video, but unless I was shooting severely right with both rifles, you know, I imagine these really were from the C308, which is about a 3-inch group. I did measure it out. It's 3 inches. Over here, the PTR-91, if these 2 shots are from the PTR. Now this one kind of concerns me. I don't know if maybe it ricocheted off the dirt and then hit the target, but it definitely looks like a keyholed here. That does not look like 2 separate bullet holes, so it may have keyholed or ricocheted. Again, we'll see that in the video footage from the other camera that was actually recording the targets. So I think it's obvious on both of them I'm aiming a little bit low. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I've never fired them before. I'm going to stick up 2 more targets. I'm going to aim a little bit higher, just kind of adjust my point of impact or my point of aim, and then try again and see if we can do a little bit better, and then we'll move on from there. All right, we'll go ahead and do this again, and this time we'll start with the PTR. All right, let's try the C308. Okay guys, here's our second set of targets. Again, C308 is where I was aiming here. It looks like I got all 5. I actually count 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I don't know if that was the 7th. So one of the ones from the PTR may have drifted over to this side. I did aim a little bit higher on the PTR and didn't seem to land, I don't think, any on the target. So I'm having trouble walking in the PTR. The C308, we're kind of right in, pretty much in the 10 ring. So that's pretty good. I'm not making any judgments in terms of accuracy or anything. I just think with the PTR, I just need to find where that point of impact is and make those adjustments. I don't have a spotter out here, and like I said, I'm just shooting cold. So, I mean, don't get too carried away if you're a big PTR fan. I'm not blaming the rifle at all, but with the C308, I mean, it just seems to be sighted in right where I need it to be. I'm gonna go ahead and move over to the steel target and just shoot some groups over there. And I shouldn't say groups, but I'll just shoot over at the steel plate. Alright guys, I'm going to move over to a steel plate, which is at about 100-ish yards. It is a 14-inch plate, so it's a little larger than a foot squared. Again, I'm not running any optics, so just through the iron sights, I mean, the whole entire plate is pretty much covered, so I'm not going to have much of an idea of exactly where on the plate I'm hitting. But hopefully with the PTR, we can try and walk in, and I can give you a better idea of exactly if I'm hitting low or high or right or left. I think by now, by seeing the targets, you probably have a pretty good idea, but let's go ahead and just try it out. So I think the first one was low. I aimed kind of at the top of the plate. Again, and I'm using the 100-yard or 100-meter sight, so it should be elevation correct. Let's try again. Not sure if that one hit it or not. Let's send another one. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm gonna try again. Guys, I don't think I'm hitting this thing at all. I don't know where the hell it's hitting. I'm going to aim way high. Aha. Okay. Yeah, so I'm aiming like a good 1.5 feet above the target. So that's elevation's way off. But at least now I think I know. I'll try one more. Yep. So I'm having to aim way above the target. So let's see. I can't change anything on the front post, unfortunately. Now you can on the C308. Alright, let's try the C308 now. Alright, I flipped the aperture sight to the 200 meters, but it gives me a peep. I'm going to see if that helps out at all and kind of see again where I'm aiming at. Yeah, pretty much spot on. I'm having a lot of trouble seeing it now the sun's up.
So how do you turn the air on? You said, yeah. Well, and with the air only coming out of the unit, and I tried. You need the air on high. Yeah, so, you know.
Looks like I'm hitting the left side of it. I can kind of see half the orange on the left side gone. Okay, I'm going to do one more magazine for the PTR, see if I can. I'm going to go out to my 200 meter aperture and see if that'll help me out. See if I can figure out where I'm at. Again, the sight picture on this is so much nicer, but can't see where I'm hitting. Let's try again.
My cat thinks she gets half the bad, but she doesn't.
Okay, again, I'm obviously using a 200 meter aperture, but I'm having to aim almost at the top of the berm, guys. Here's the problem, and I'm not trying to blame the gun, but I have to aim so high over the berm that it's, you know, with the C308, I could aim pretty much right at the plate. But when I'm having to aim so high above it, it's just all dirt behind there, and the sight picture is so small. And I'm at a long distance and the sun's now in my face, and I'm not trying to make excuses, but what I mean by that is when I find the point on the berm I need to aim at to hit the plate, I lose it when I go back to have to shoot again. So again, with optics or something, this will be a lot better. The reason I don't like to place optics on firearms is that I like to get as comfortable as I can with iron sights. I think it speaks really to the true nature of how the gun fires. On top of that, you know, I think being proficient without having to upgrade your trigger or put upgraded optics or fire match ammunition to be proficient with a firearm, I think is important, especially if in a end of the world or doomsday type situation, you might not have those luxuries, so it's good to train without it. But at least, you know, we're here to get kind of the bare bones idea. So I'm going to keep trying, but I just personally keep missing where my point of impact is for me to hit the plate, and I think that's the problem I was having on the other targets as well. But we'll go at it again. By the way, I had to take my eye pro off because I was completely blinded with the perspiration on it. So I don't recommend shooting without eye protection, but in order to make this video useful at all, I kind of needed to take that off so I could see what I'm doing at least a little bit better. Yeah guys, I just can't see anything now. I'm kicking up so much dirt now, and the sun is reflecting off all the dirt particles. I can't see a thing. It's funny. I'm going to switch back to my 100 meter. So here's the thing, guys. Some takeaways here. PTR recoil impulse seems a lot lighter. The sight picture's a lot better. The trigger reset I actually really like on the CTR a lot more. And I'll bring this over here so they're kind of both in frame while I'm talking. So sights, recoil impulse better. Trigger reset, at least I like here, initial pull on the PTR more. There is an advantage to having elevation adjustable sights. I would have liked to have adjusted that front sight post because I was just hitting so high, like way high. So you know, you can adjust the aperture. Of course, you can put an optic. For me, it's a turnoff that I have to be so far off. At least well, I guess if you're far off at 100 yards, you're far off everywhere. But you know, to have to run glass or a you know, red dot or anything on here, that's a turnoff to me. I really like to be able to run iron sights, like I said. Could also be an ammunition thing too. We just did shoot one ammunition type. So I'm not saying my shooting experience here today says anything negative to anybody else about the PTR. It ran well. It was great on recoil. We didn't have a single failure with either of these two. Granted, I only fired maybe 50 to 100 rounds through each, so it wasn't a super intense you know, field test or anything. Again, that's not what I'm here for. Also, match ammunition. I think when people bulk up in huge supplies of ammo, they are not going to be buying thousands of rounds of match ammo. One, because that's super expensive, and B, because again, I think a lot of shooting enthusiasts don't care. They just want to go out and have fun and be able to hit targets. On top of that, if there were a situation where you needed to be prepared to run out the door and use one of these in defense, most likely the ammo that's going to be available to you is off-the-shelf target ammo. So being proficient with that is a good idea. Again, these are both shot cold. I'd never shot them before, so accuracy-wise, I could come out here and practice for a few hours and film a bunch of targets and then only show you my best groups, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just here to be as perfectly honest. I don't care. I know I'm not the best shot, so you know, take it for what you will. But again, I will say, with a minor adjustment, the C308 was shooting within the 10 ring on the other targets, and I was able to hit the plate almost every time, given the limited visibility and the fact, visibility conditions is what I'm trying to say. Could be better. Put glass on either one of these two. I think they're going to be totally fine. I would personally recommend and be happy with either one. But for today, I just had more fun shooting the C308. I'm not going to say it's better. I'm just going to say I had more fun shooting the C308. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. This is Chris with Marksman Shooting Sports in Westfield, Indiana. You are watching Marksman TV. We will see you next time.